All right, welcome to another one with the Outdoor Analyst. I've got a fun one for you today. I'm out here with this is the original Papa Bear knives, but technically it's a Primitive Bear Knives Bush Bear. Now this is one of the original ones, and the old crusty 80 CRV2. Now I picked this up from the last Huntsman Outdoors, which is just awesome, and we've been doing some trading. And this thing's just super cool. And I am looking forward to checking it out. It's I'm going to say kind of an original. It's an older version from Alan's work over there. Still the incredible rock tread that you're used to with his work. I think this is about 5/32 seconds. I don't think this is 3/16. Could be wrong, but it seems a little thinner than 3/16 by just a little bit. And 6-inch blade. Nice saber grind. And this is legitimately first cut. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is baton this a little bit. Now, I would say it's cold out here, but honestly, it's 40 degrees. It's kind of warm. I've got a coat on. I'm about to take it off just because it's toasty. I've been hanging out doing deer hunting, so this is really warm weather for me right now. But let's just do a little bit of a, I'm going to do a little bit of a fire just to make sure I'm not going to get too cold out here. But this is some wild season stuff. 80 CRV2 is nice and tough. I'm not too worried about that. Actually, the only thing I'm worried about is hitting the ground here. So, grab this stick. A couple of things to maybe be a bit of a barrier, just in case I end up smoking the ground here. Hopefully it splits out beforehand, but you never know. Things happen. Welcome to life. All right. Man, this thing's actually really well seasoned. Holy cow. That is in there. Man, is it in there. It's impressive, honestly. Super seasoned piece of... Is this cedar? Might just be a little bit... looks like cedar wood, but might just be a little bit wet on the inside. It has been raining, so, you know. Been a wild weather out here. It is fall, but goodness gracious, normally it's snowing, and we did have a little bit of snow, and then all of a sudden it went back to 40 and 50 degree weather for a bit, which is crazy. Man, this thing is just really in there. That is amazing how much that is in there. Goodness gracious. Yeah, maybe I'll come at it from the other end. I don't really want to break this thing on the first time using it. It is a little tight. It's a little twisted, so it's not really like the perfect piece of wood. Just hoping to get a little kindling off it, honestly. I have to beat it out a bit. There we go. Wow. Well, let's try the other end here. Maybe we can meet that split up a bit. Yay, nay, not quite. Man, that's just amazing. That is just amazing. Oh my gosh. But since it is, it's not met quite yet. Can I meet him up? I feel like that's just about to pop off. Man, is that a knot? That's just, it's such a tough piece. I've never run into that. It just feels like I'm hitting a brick wall in there. It's freaking impressive. Let's see if I can bust through the other side. Maybe I can. It's got to be a big knot. It just has to be. There we go. Okay, it was a big knot. I was like, that is insane. That thing is super tough. Literally like hitting a brick wall. But 80 CRV2 is an incredibly tough steel. Although so many people diss on it. I just don't think they've used it enough. Or maybe they're using it in like folders and they think it should have insane edge retention. Oh yeah, there it is. What a naughty piece of wood. I am not gonna, no puns intended, bust through that. We're gonna switch up and make that my baton log instead. We'll take out this puppy instead. Yeah, that's normal. Use that as a guard down here. That's more like it. That's what I'm expecting when you bust through stuff with a knife like this. Now even 5/30 seconds, like it should have had no issues with the original one, but yeah, just a big knot in the way. It is what it is. Like that's what I'm expecting. Let's see if we can go around that knot. But yeah, super comfortable. Even just beating this through some really tough stuff. Very comfortable still. No issues with it. I kind of want to split that just to get some kindling. So maybe I can just meet up at the knot and stop there. Let's see if that works. Yep, split right around it. I'll make some feathers out of that. But super comfortable little knife. That is for sure. And that's what I love about Primitive Bear knives is handles. Like, he just makes these things meant to take a beating, and I love that. I absolutely love that. That's probably my favorite part about his stuff. It's just they're users. They're very much user knives, which I absolutely love. All right, not too shabby. I bet I could even feather that side. So, was that way harder of a piece than you should really put through a knife? Absolutely. You should not be going through knots. I mean, it doesn't even matter what type of steel you're using. Knots will jack up anything. And honestly, it doesn't even matter what type of wood you're using either. And pine knots will absolutely jack up a knife. That is for sure. I'm finally taking a break from hunting. I've just been going so hard. I needed to take a minute. And actually, I've just been walking around the property today, make sure no other craziness is happening, no weird people on this side of the property, which is not where I normally hunt. It's been a wild week, just a wild week. But yeah, this thing does actually make some pretty good feathers, especially for just a crazy seasoned piece there. Not too shabby, not too shabby at all. This is a pretty good sized knife too. Got a great edge on it. I stropped it up a little bit before I came out here, just to make sure it's nice and hair popping. And yeah, this is why I like a really nice edge on a kind of a larger knife. Like this is a 6-inch knife, or 6-inch blade, maybe even a little bit bigger on there. And it just handles so well. Like you can do little work if you need to. You can move this into kitchen work if you need to. It's just a beautiful, beautiful beastie. I absolutely love this thing. Super comfy. And this is gonna be probably a little hard to get a fire going with this, but this stuff, once it burns, should take off pretty well. Good chunk up there to still go at. So yeah, first impressions with the Bush Bear. Even an old version of the Bush Bear with these sick fullers in here. Just an absolute workhorse. Absolutely beautiful. Still love the edge on this thing. It's just sticky sharp. Even after busting through a nice knot. Yeah, that was a little over the top. Not run into too many knots that are this tough, so that was a tough one for sure. But I love it. I am definitely going to keep working on this. Going to definitely do a full review down the road. It is just a awesome beastie. All right, catch you on the next one.